running to the bus stop, and I'll keep running to the bus stop until I stop. I've got 100 ways to leave this place, but I don't take them, 'cause I've got 100 doubts that tie me down, and I can't shake them. But the worst mistake that I could make would be to make none. And I was thinking you could be one. I need you to tell me what to do, 'cause honestly I've not got a clue. I've been slowly going nowhere, slowly going nowhere. Yeah, I've been slowly going nowhere, and now I'm there. I've got 100 ways to leave this place, but I don't take them. I've got 100 doubts that tie me down, and I can't shake them. But the worst mistake that I could make would be to make none. And I was thinking you could be one. Ooh, I've got 100 ways to leave this place. I've got 100 ways to leave this place, but I don't take them. I've got 100 doubts that tie me down, and I can't shake them. But the worst mistake that I could make would be to make none. And you could be one. And you could be one.
Well, hello everybody. Sorry about that. I had to have a bit of indulgence there. When I saw that Gemma Johnson was the first song that was playing on my playlist, I thought I'd just broadcast it. I'm not going to speak over Gemma. That's just rude. So yeah, good afternoon everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are. I'm having a bit of a impromptu hour stream online today to do some beta screenshots for the RPG and my own personal collection, because otherwise it'd be a waste of time really. So this is the second of the Better Than Life Ships Ahoy broadcasts I'm going to do, and for the next hour I'm going to be going through the remainder, hopefully, of the ships that are coming out in the beta. The last broadcast I did, which was Friday last week, the day that the 1.5 beta came out, I covered the Keelback, the Viper Mark IV and the Federal Corvette, which I'm currently sitting in at Jameson Memorial. So today I'm going to cover the Imperial Cutter, and I think that's it, isn't it? Have I missed one? I don't think I missed one. Not sure if I missed one or not. So yeah, I'm currently sitting with, by the look of it, no viewers. I think somebody popped in a second ago and popped out again, so I'm obviously talking to myself right now, but this is obviously going to be on YouTube later on. So if you're watching it live, hello, thank you for watching. If you're not watching it live, then thank you for watching the YouTube recording. So without further ado then, let's get this show on the road and start looking what other ships we can have a look at today. So the Cutter is what I think I'll have a look at next. I'll get the big ones out of the way. Is there anything else I need to look at, actually, thinking about it? I've done the Eagle, I've done the Hauler, Adder, Imperial Eagle, Viper 3. I noticed the Viper 3 is back. That's good. And my stored ships are back as well. Ah, if you watched the first video, you'll have seen that the stored chips were missing. And I think the second update put them back in again, which is good. So the Viper 4 I've done, the Scout I've done, Transporter, Diamondback, Courier, Keelback I've done, Asp Scout, that was the other one. Anything else? I don't think so. Is there? No. So it's the Cutter, the big boy of the gang. Let's grab one of them. I'm gonna sell my current ship. Well, this apparently has been quite popular in the community. I don't know, the beta's been up nearly a week now, so I haven't been really keeping up. I had hoped to get a lot of this looked at last week, during sort of earlier part of the week. But Monday night stream was completely taken up with the HCS voice packs interview, which was a bit of a surprise. I didn't think it would last 2.5 hours, but we did, apparently. 2 hours 25 minutes of HCS voice packs chat, which was quite enjoyable, but actually meant I didn't get to do any of the beta stuff that I had planned on that broadcast. So obviously there's now quite a lot of reviews and ruminations about the new ships out there now, so we're falling a little behind. That's what we'll do. We'll have a quick look through the outfitting for it, and that'll give us a quick look underneath it as well. So we have a huge hard point just under that nose there, which is quite good. A large hard point on each side of the top hull. Medium hard points at the back of those nacelles, is that? And then medium hard points on the underside. Is that the underside? Not quite sure where they are. Is that the nacelle pods? No, it's not. So what about that's on the ship then? Anyway, shall we put some stuff on? Let's fill this huge hard point then. Got 11 million credits, so let's have a look at the most expensive bit of kit we can stick on there. We've got a turreted beam laser. That could be fun. Plasma accelerator. Not going to be doing much with it anyway combat wise, but I think on that middle hard point I think I'll stick a large beam turret. That could be fun. Let's see how that goes. Wow, that's a rampant piece of kit that, isn't it? Wow. Class 2. Those all medium hard points, here they are. Should we change them out for the biggest thing we can stick on there then? Beams again. And just for shits and giggles, just because we can, because it's not really often I'm going to get a chance to do this, I'll stick the biggest multi-cannon we can find on that back pod. Yeah, that'll do. Class 2 multi-cannon. And a Class 2 multi-cannon there as well. Bit of clipping on that, I think. dashboard. Oh, it's just the bobbleheads. Good grief, really? 10 slots for bobbleheads? You're going to tell me that they're actually going to be selling bobbleheads on the store that you can put on the dashboard and you don't even just have one? Oh dear, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you. The whole bobblehead thing, I'm not entirely sure what way to jump on that, because I'm not keen on the idea of bobbleheads. They were a good gimmick when the game first came out, but now, I don't know, it just seems a little bit of overhead processing for something that's not really all that important. Okay, let's see how this thing flies then. I'm actually just going to turn that music down a little, because I think it might be a little loud on stream.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Raise landing gear. Systems check. System checks.
Onboard scanning complete.
Raise landing gear.
Landing modules already retracted.
Ooh, I love the rumbly sound. It is a nice sounding ship. I'll tell you what I forgot to do. I forgot to actually check on the exterior view, didn't I? My little mouse icon middle of the screen seems to have gone a very strange shape. Come on, you damn ship, stop making docking, get out of my way. There we go. Well, I do have to say, it sounds lovely. First.
Afterburners.
The engines sound gorgeous. I like that. The sun's over there. Just dip and head away from the station. First.
Afterburners engaged.
Power to engines.
Max engines.
You're at the fire zone yet. Yes. Which means I can deploy the guns. So I'm setting this one for a while, I'll do that. Power to weapons.
Power to weapons.
Ooh. Wow, that doesn't look bad at all. So where's the sun? There it is. So I want some shiny on the top hull. I'll go to there. Right, now we do what we actually set out to do, which is take photos and have a look at the beauty. Let's have some ship porn, as we call it. Well, that is a nice looking ship. Damnation, I've got the planet in the way. That's fine, can live with that. Now, for those of you who are possibly watching this or live or on YouTube, if you don't already know, the Elite Encounters RPG is my work in progress, magnum opus, given that it's taken this long to write. In order to do some of the graphics for it, like ship counters for the sort of ship combat rules, and sort of nice in-game shots for things like posters and ship description sheets and all that sort of stuff. I'm doing screenshots from the game, which will eventually end up in the book. At least that's the plan. So I do this to ensure that I've got a decent library of photos that I can use to make these things with. The only trouble I have is that I need sort of top-down shots of them in order to make top-down counters, sort of top view, plan view counters, and so on. But that's quite difficult to do when you can't fit the ship into the angle of the camera. So I'm really going to have to bite the bullet at some point and ask some friends of mine if they wouldn't mind posing. I've already asked the awesome Fiery Toad if he wouldn't mind posing for some shots with his Anaconda, and given that he's probably the person I know best that has access to money to buy all the big ships, then I may be tapping him for some photos of this one as well from the top. Basically what I'll do is I'll ask him to join me in a game, and I'll take pictures with my external camera from sort of looking at his ship, basically. For the moment I'm going to have to nip off because I've just had a summons, so I'll just nip off, and this is the problem with playing during the day when I might have some demands on my time, so just bear with me a second please. Hang on, let me pause this thing. I'll leave you the lovely music and pause screen. There we go.
Comms open. Throttle disengaged.
Mission accomplished, I return. I apologise for that. Sometimes when you're called, you have to go. It's all sorted now. Right. Where was it? Hello, Veteran. How are you doing, mate? Oh dear. People want attention at the most inopportune of moments. Whoop. Welcome back. Ah, yeah. Thank you. It's good to be back. So as you can probably tell, we're having a bit of a look at the Imperial cutter. Taking some screenshots, seeing what it's like, having a bit of a fly around. So far, bloody impressed. I actually really like it. It sounds nice, it looks nice, it's got a good shape to it. It is the shiniest of ships. So yeah, I quite like it. You can slag off the Imperials all you like, but they can design a lovely ship. Look at a rear beauty shot. Look at that ass. Anyway, it's been a while since I saw you around, Erin. Are you okay? How's things? How goes the garden renovations, or whatever stage it is you're at with that now? So the 3 beam laser, the 3 hard points are at the bottom. That's the big one, isn't it? That's the huge hard point. Do you know, I am really tempted to take this thing out and do a bit of bounty hunting in it, or well, maybe just a bit of fighting to see what it's like in a pitched battle. That might be quite interesting. Again, like all the Imperial ships, I love the lighting on it. Very, very nice. Garden's all snowy! Oh no! And the snowman has come. Shall we look in the cockpit? Ooh, looks all shiny in there as well. Is there just the one seat? So it looks like that bit at the back, that sort of horseshoey bit at the back there, looks like it should have somebody sitting at it. I don't see a seat. It looks like there should be a seat at the front there as well. That's not the most gracious of poses there, but we'll take a look. I'll grab a screenshot of that. Yeah, winter has definitely come. It's come over this side of the water as well. We haven't had much in the way of snow yet, but there's a temperature dip below 10 for the first time today. And we've had wind and rain and everything else, just not quite snow yet. Okay, let's have a look around the cockpit. Yeah, look, there's a seat there. And there is a seat back there as well. Just not on the external view. Interesting. Nothing across the other side. What other Mark IV ship? There's only the one Mark IV. There's the Viper Mark IV. The Viper Mark IV is coming in this release. I've already had a fly in it in my video that I did on Friday. and the Cobra Mark IV is coming with Horizons, I believe. Yeah, the Viper's coming in 1.5. The Viper Mark IV will be out in 1.5, and Horizons 2.0 will be the Cobra. Yeah, so it's a right-hand drive, British design. I'm still outside the firing zone, yeah. That sounds lovely. You've tried it, have you? Right, I'm gonna head back to the station. You have them? Apparently. You mean you weren't sure? Oh, those engines do sound lovely. Power to engines.
Power to engines.
Boost.
Afterburners maxing engines.
You have the beta for 1.5. Cool. Take it you haven't purchased your Horizons beta pack or anything like that. I do kind of want to take this thing for a fight, but my little break there has told me that I don't actually have that much time left because I have to try and sort out tea for us all. You still don't have a permit to Founders. Well, if you go down to, I think it's LHS 3, is it 1337 or 7334 or something like that, the one that all the noobs start at. I think you get kind of the same deals there as you would get for on Founders Land.
Docking request granted.
Okay, we're pad 32 then. Oh, it's there. Deploy landing gear.
Lowering gear.
I think it's LHS 7331 or 7334 or something like that. It's one that all the newbies start at, so when you start a new account, when you're not starting at Founders World, then you start there. I'm sure it's 1337 or something like that. It sounds like, if you put it into that elite speak, it's kind of like elite.
Docking successful. Engines
Ahoy!
disengaged.
Alright, Risky. How are you doing? Right, so that was the Imperial cutter. I'll have a quick look at it on its landing bay before we call it a day for that one. And then we'll take the Asp Scout out for a bit of a run. And some photos, some footies. Just 'cause we can. I am thoroughly disappointed in the range of this bloody debug camera, you know. It's a bit of a pain in the backside. make that full, because I might see if I can try and do something with perspective on that. I doubt it, because I don't think it's going to be particularly easy to do, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. Starport services. Don't need to use the mouse. Shipyard. Asp Scout. Purchase. Sell current ship. Oh, well, the sticky out hull does give you quite a lot of real estate to look at around your cockpit. The fact it's sticking quite far out as well makes it quite nice. I like the layout, quite like it, yeah. Visibility is very, very good. You can see why people like the Asps. Oh, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Wazzock. So there it is. So they've essentially took the basic asp shape, made it a bit smaller, and then stuck wings on it, and put a fancier cockpit on the front. There's quite a few little changes to it though. I think that section there is different, isn't it? Trying to watch on a train and not having much success. I'm sorry, I am not compatible with mobile browsing. Yeah, it's a good looking ship. I can return to the surface and take a look. I was going to fit it out with some weapons, but no, I'm not going to bother. So as I said, essentially what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just doing some screenshots for the RPG. Get some photos of the new ships to go into the book. Oh, it's just not big enough. Just not wide enough to get the whole ship in view. That's irritating as hell. So what can I do? If I do that, then hopefully I can stitch that together. Have I seen the new slot? Yes, I have. The one that looks like it's essentially been made for the SRV kit. Yes, I have definitely seen that. Can't buy anything to stick in it yet though. Planetary approach suite. Yes, I have seen that, so I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be. I'll assume it's some kind of planetary approach suite. He says, realising how stupid he sounds. Ah dear. Is it just me, or is our little ship floating in the sky at this point in time? I'm not going to fit anything to it. I'll fill it full of weapons, just so we can faff around outside. Let's fill it full of weapons. Bubbleheads. Not sure what this bubblehead thing's about. Okay, let's go. Power to engines.
Diverting power to requested system.
Power to systems.
Power
to
to
engines.
shields. Diverting power to requested system.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Raise landing gear.
Retracting docking modules.
Well, it's nimble. Say that about it. I do like the feeling of flying this one. It's really, really nice. The canopy looks awesome. This actually I think this looks nicer to fly than the Asp does. Than this Explorer does, sorry. I like it. You get a good feeling of being in control of something here. And it's really, really agile. I mean, that's just default loadout. Default thrusters and default everything, but the speed of movement is amazing. Nice. I like it. No fire zone left. Ooh. I like that. That feels like chin-mounted weaponry. That is nice. Again, the Asp Explorer's engine sound I don't like. This, they seem to have refined it a little bit with this shape and made it a little bit less growly. But I'm still not overly fond of it, to be honest with you. Other than that though, I think this ship is absolutely lovely. I like it. I like it a lot. It has the look of something you're quite happy with having a fly about in, I think. Right, let's see if I can do this same screenshot idea. Here. Okay, that looks roughly in middle. So I'll grab that. Tilt just enough to get the end of that wing in. I'll grab that. And do the same to the other side. A little bit of Photoshop magic and I should be able to stitch that together. Okay, I want to go that way. Okay, there we go. Power to engines,
Diverting power to requested system.
power to weapons,
Diverting power to requested system.
that's interesting. I wonder if that's an intentional thing or if that will be construed as being a bug. Yeah, what it is, when that weapon kicks out and then starts to recharge when it cuts out, it provides enough remainder power for that one to keep going continually. So they may, it's just the default one that came with it, Edder, and I've no idea which one it is. Just the default. And it's probably not healthy for the gun to keep it going that close to overheating. Well, it's to do with the cooldown rate, so I don't know if it will. So you'll still suffer from the same problem. It'll start to overheat, then cut out, and leave enough heat dissipation to allow it to keep going. So, power to engines.
Diverting power to requested system.
I'll give it a try though, because that might be it's an interesting thing to look at. I would assume that that's going to be a bit of a power management rejig by Frontier. Although I think it's a nice feature actually. Could be one of the selling points of the ship. Isn't it the power coupling's job? It could be, I have no idea. I don't play this game often enough or long enough to actually know what everything does in concert. I just pick up what people say in chat, and if that's the case, then fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, Chiana's Geek, I've just realised I meant to do beauty photos, but I haven't done that yet. I'm doing the taking photos of stuff thing, and I forgot to take photos of stuff while I was out in the thing, in the Asp Scout. Beauty shots, yes indeed. Ship porn, as I call them. Good lord, people have popped in all of a sudden. No, I haven't. Wasn't even aware there's a new video by DBOBE out. DBOB. Should know better than that by now, Chiana's Geek. Bad day. Got off work early, that's a luxury. I can probably understand the reasons why though, so I'm not going to say much more about that. I'm lucky enough now that I work different hours. I get to pretty much have an early finish, well, what I consider being an early finish every day. Used to work until 5, 6, sometimes 7 o'clock at night, and now it's very rare that I finish later than 4. There we go, I think that'll do. Burst.
Afterburners, maxing engines.
Tell you what, we'll pause there. Let's have a look at this video. If I pause the game for a moment. Add window capture. Let's all have a look together, shall we?
I'm not enjoying it. Oh yeah, there I am. Didn't realise you were right next to me. Yeah, got a few good runs. Work out to the end.
Wow. That looks like fun. So I'm going to have to go and buy a steering wheel then. Boost.
Afterburners.
Boost.
Afterburners.
Boost.
Afterburners, maxing engines.
Docking request granted.
Deploy landing gear.
The landing gear is down and locked.
And I know you guys are just so jealous at that docking port entry there, because that was fucking amazing. Sorry, I'm quite pleased with myself on that one. It's not something I try and do a lot of, but it was fun. If I could do that every time, I might try the smuggling game.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Or the smuggling mini game, as we apparently should call it, according to Reddit. Arr, 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 arr. Okay, so shall we kit this thing out with some top of the line shit and see what happens? Everything A class or an ASP scout. Let's see what happens. In the name of research. Outfitting. No, that's bulletin board. Power plant. A4 by thrusters. A4 by frame shift drive. A4 by life support. A3 by power distributor. A4 by sensors. No, it doesn't make any difference, but A4 by fuel tank. Oh, that's the thing that was already there. Fuel generator. Name ascending. A3 by I like how it's a class 8. That's interesting, because that means it's quite big, I would have thought. And obviously it's it looks like it's a sensor suite from the description more than anything actually hardware wise. I don't see why it'd be that big. But hey, oh, wait and see. Only a few weeks to go now before it comes out, so... Well, a week, innit? Because I've got a funny feeling they'll make it a week. They'll make it into the latter half of the week, probably. It says it in all of them. So I had a look. I didn't have a look at it in the cutter earlier on, but I did have a look at it in the Keelback and the Corvette earlier on. Yeah, is it definitely Tuesday? Because I know they say it's the week of the 24th. As I said, the week of the 9th
Ship released.
for this beta,
Engines
for the
engaged.
1.5 beta. Raise landing gear. Raise landing gear.
Retracting docking modules.
We can hope. Boost.
Afterburners.
It's going to be about a week, so that's what, up to 8 days. That would be pretty awesome. I would assume that they'd want to get it in early on the week so that they could have a fair bit of bug fixing and so on through the week of their actual work, rather than having to come in at the weekend and fix it if it fucks up. Hello Galactic Midden, I didn't notice you sneaking in there. Hello to all you lurkers as well. Power to weapons.
Power to weapons.
You know, if the sun blows up, I'm going to
Warning,
feel so
temperature
guilty.
critical.
There you go,
Warning,
Edarin.
taking heat damage. Warning, taking heat damage.
Does the same thing, just at a much higher temperature.
Warning, taking heat damage.
And it lasts a lot longer, but they still do the thing where one of them cuts out, the other one keeps going. Just it's a have a long time to get there. But that's pretty cool. I quite like that. You get a decent amount of fire out of them before they start to spit at you. Okay, so that's what, 6:45. I was supposed to be logging off this thing half an hour ago, but I've kind of got myself distracted again, haven't I? So what I'll do, I'm going to head back to base. I'm going to call this stream to a close, and hopefully I'll get a chance to maybe do a little bit of play over the week, over the weekend, hopefully. Boost. Power to engines.
Afterburners. Diverting power to requested system.
And I'm thinking I might take this little baby out for a stroll at some point. Maybe pop into a low res or a med res, or maybe take it to a nav beacon, have a play around a nav beacon for a bit with it, and just see how well it can cut through things. But you've just gazumped me on that one, Edarin, because I was going to say to myself, I do fancy taking the Viper Mark IV out myself. I like the Asp Scout. I think that might be a fairly good combat vehicle. I like it more than I liked the Vulture. I'll say that. The Vulture wasn't overly impressed with.
Docking request denied.
It's not picking close enough yet. No, I think turret is usually slightly less. Certainly on the smaller weapons that I've put on a turret, it has been one natural less damage than its
Docking
gimbal
request
equivalent.
granted.
But I like the fact that it tracks the target, even when you haven't actually got it in sight, so that you actually get more hits, I think, through that. It's just not very powerful. Because I've noticed that the whatever ship it is that I'm flying at the moment, the Type 7, has some pretty piss poor. Just way overshot my target there. I'm gonna. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
This thing spins like a bugger. It really, really is agile. Jesus. Yes. Fast chip this. I am perhaps going to grab me one of these.
Docking successful.
Because I do
Engines
like how nippy it
disengaged.
is. As a combat ship, this is going to be excellent. Just wondering what it'd be like to fit really, really good hull armour. And some really decent shields. Well, they've marked on the front, so not going to get them line of sight backwards. And I'm not going to be able to use the small hardpoint weapon. But those could be quite dangerous, and especially on a ship that's as manoeuvrable as this one is. I think I might enjoy that. How much is it going to be to put some bulkheads on? It'll be 8 million to bulkhead it out. Go for the military grade composite, that'd be 3 million, sorry. Do you know, I am really tempted to kit this one out to the max. I've never flown a Fer-de-Lance, to be honest with you. Although I suppose now would be the time to try one out in a beta. We've definitely got a bit of floaty light on there, if you ask me. Let's have a quick look outside and see if we can confirm or deny that. And then I'll call it a night for tonight. Are we floaty? Can anyone see it? Is that floaty? Well, that landing ramp definitely isn't on the ground. Is it? Difficult to tell. I should flip into the ground and have a look. Honestly can't tell, it doesn't look like it is from here. Okay. I'm not entirely convinced with the wings. Oh, we've looked at that already, Midden. Janice got talking about it a little while ago, so I stuck it on the stream. It was very, very interesting. Not entirely sure about these wings, and I'm starting to wonder, quite a lot of variants of these ships are coming out that have wings on them. Does this mean that you're going to have a ship that has winglets on it in order to go into atmospheric flight, or ship flight, or planetary flight, basically? Makes me wonder. Because one thing I was going to try, actually, yet another thing to distract me from going back downstairs when I'm meant to be doing something at the moment. Do any of the old ships... I can't remember if I checked this. Let's check the... Let's check the Imperial Courier. So I'm going to buy that. Evening, Psycho Cow. Don't see you round these parts very often. How are you, mate? Starport services, outfitting, internal. Oh, yep, it does. It has a planetary approach suite. You leave those parts out of it, cow. Ah, yeah. So the old ships are going to have planetary approach suites in them as well. That's good. That is very good. Well, Cow, I'm afraid you have just caught me in time to miss me, as it were, because I'm off now. I've got things to do. I have been a naughty boy and I've been streaming when I shouldn't have been streaming, and I've let it drag on longer than it should, and I'm now in trouble. I was summoned earlier on during the stream to be interrogated as to what is happening this evening, and I said I'd be down about 6:30. Yeah, it's not 6:30 anymore. Missed it again. But yeah, so I have now taken out all of the beta ships. I've had a bit of a fly around in them. I've done my first impressions of them. What do I think of them? The Keelback is a decent ship. It's a Type 6 with some bolts on it. Basically, if you ask me, it doesn't really handle much differently or look much different, or really have anything more you can stick on it. So I'm not really sure what point it has. I don't understand what it's for now, at this point. The Imperial Cutter I do like. I like the big ships, but I think out of them all, I think that's my favourite possibly at the moment, because it is nice to fly, it's smooth, it's easy. It sounds good, it moves well, and I quite enjoyed flying it. It also has a decent loadout for it, but it's going to be obviously a very expensive thing to own. The Federal Corvette I did enjoy as well, but then I do like the Federal ships. The Core Dynamic ships I do have a bit of a soft spot for. I just wish I could afford more of them, because they're bulky, they're functional, they do what it says in the tin, and they usually pack a fairly decent whack for the size that they are. So, would I go for this or an Anaconda? Because I've always said that I aspire to the Anaconda. But would I go for this or the Anaconda if it came down to buying my first big ship? It's close. I don't know. I think I might actually lean towards this one rather than the Anaconda. So, hey Gamora, hey Sonic Tigger, how yous doing? Thank you for popping in, even though I'm just about to go away. So I'm getting the point that perhaps if I'm going to streaming at around about 6:30 on a Thursday is a good day to do it, because people are all popping in from all corners of the internet. Yeah, good evening to you, and thank you for popping by. I'm just giving you my last impressions of the 1.5 beta ships. So yeah, all in all, out of the 3 big ships, that's not actually central, is it? On the screen there.
Comms closed.
I didn't ask you to do that. So yeah, choice between the Anaconda and this, or the Cutter. I think aesthetically I'd go for this, because I do like the look of that ship. It is a ship that I would feel proud to fly, because it does look fairly mean. It's a bloke ship. It's definitely a bloke ship. Because it's bulky and it's square and it's thingy, whereas you have a very feminine ship there in the cutter, because it's round, it's curvy, it's lovely, and it sounds absolutely lovely and sweet. But I'll bet, like any woman, that you get under the covers and it packs a hell of a punch. Or you try and get under the covers and it packs a hell of a punch. Hey! Read into that what you will. So yeah, the Anaconda, I do still have a soft spot for the Anaconda, because it's obviously the first ship we all saw. But when it gets to the bigger ships now, even though it's going to cost 4 million more, by the time you get to the point of, well, 20 million more, sorry. By the time you get to that end of the scale money-wise, it won't take that long to bring up the differences. So it's 1.28, 1.64, so 2.5, 25 mil roughly. So the smaller ships, keelback, like I said, you say that it's good for a fuel rat ship, it's got a bit more cargo space possibly, then it might be worth a look. I might even consider trading up the Type 6 for one of these, if it's got slightly better range on it, but I don't know. I do like my Type 6, and that doesn't have quite the same cadence to it, this one. But I do like it, it is nice. I just feel that its role's already been fulfilled by the Type 6, so I'm not sure where to go with that one. The Viper Mark IV, sorry, the Asp Scout was the other one, wasn't it? Did I miss that? Yeah, I did. The Asp Scout, as I said, I've just flown around in that, and it is an agile beast, a very, very agile machine, this. And I may give this one a try, maybe in the beta if I can. I've kitted it out ready to go, and I might give this one a try as a combat ship, and that may well be my combat ship of choice, because it does move. It moves hellishly well. So yeah, I'm going to give that a try and see what happens. Keelback I've gone through. The Viper, didn't spend enough time on it on Friday, I don't think. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison with the Mark III that night, but the Mark III wasn't actually on the ship list of stuff to buy, so not sure why that was. Obviously they missed it out or replaced it with something. But yes, I want to do a bit more of a review of that, perhaps a bit in the future. But I do like it. It's, again, it's fast, it's agile, but it's not. I don't feel it's as agile as the Asp Scout was. So I might do a bit more research on that and see what we've got. But it does look nice. I like the modifications they've made. Again, it seems to be aesthetically modified. I don't really see much difference other than this silly spoiler and these veins on the outside. I'm just wondering how that actually modifies the internal capacity of the ship, or whether that's just prettiness for the sake of prettiness. I don't know. We'll obviously need to get some more detail on what the internals look like before we can make a judgment on that. But as a ship to fly, I would fly it. I would definitely buy one. I probably will buy one at some point, and I'll give it a try in a combat situation and see what happens. But there we go. Yes, I've always thought that. Even original versions of Elite have thought the Viper was basically the X-Wing. The A-Wing, sorry, just in disguise, in an Elite shape. It's the traditional staple, isn't it? The flying wedge is always the simplest shape you have. And the original Viper did take that to its actual logical extreme, with it just being literally a triangular wedge shape. The Viper the Mark III Viper in First Encounter, I wasn't keen with it, just looked a bit silly. No, I think the cockpit's further forward actually, because I think that's the cockpit there, right at the very tip. Because when I was flying it, I did notice I seemed to be right on the nose. That is some kind of vent. But that's the cockpit bubble there. But I do like the Viper, I must admit. Out of all the original release ships in the game, the Viper was my favourite, which is why I've got little models of it that I made in 3D printer. Because I do like it. I think it's a lovely shape. The design is absolutely gorgeous. I love the idea of the retractable, or what looks like to be retractable engine pods, but they don't actually retract. They just look like they should, which is a shame. And I think this, it does bring it up a little. I mean, I've said before when the Eagle came out, the Imperial Eagle came out, I liked that because the spoiler actually did give it a bit of an aesthetic boost. And I think it does the same to the Viper. Putting that spoiler on the back, for whatever purpose it may serve, actually does look nice. And I would assume it would work in some ways like a wing. Now, I would love to see when we start to get atmospheric flight, whether that will make a difference, and whether the Viper Mark IV will handle much better in atmosphere than the Viper Mark III would. So, yeah. Y-wing is the Clipper. Oh dear. But yeah, I like the new ships. I think on the whole, they're a good addition to the game. I'm impressed. Yep. So yeah, we just need to wait until the full game comes out, the full release of 1.5, sorry, and then we'll see what happens in game with them. But I'll try and do another stream at some point before Monday. Or if not, then we'll actually do it on Monday. We'll have a bit of a run through and see what the Asp, perhaps try out the Asp and the Viper in combat and see what they're like. So yeah, I'm going to call that a night for now. Thank you guys for popping in. I've actually got a hell of a lot more viewers than I thought I would, but obviously Ed's stream is going to be coming on shortly, I think, and I'm going to bow out before he comes on so that you can all go off and have a laugh at Ed. So yeah, thank you for popping by, guys. And if you haven't already, pop me a follow, and then you'll see the thing pop up on your inbox. You bring your queue back. Feel free. I'll be in my private group as always. As I say, I'll be trying to stream over the weekend if I can. If not, then I'll be on Monday. But I'll be on Monday anyway, so I'll be doing whatever. Yeah, someone just said earlier that Ed streams on tonight. Somebody said he was starting at 7. So is Educating Ed the stream is? Oh, there it's on the screen. Can I go through the shipyard view once more? Why? What would you like me to have a look through? You want me to stop on anything in particular, Thunderwolf, or you just want me to actually flick through all the ships? So what I will do is I may actually make a screenshot of each one of these screens. And then I don't have to scroll through the game and actually get information from them. So yeah, so there's the Sidewinder. A good little starting ship. There's the Imperial Eagle. Sorry, the actual ordinary Eagle, which is one of the additional ships as well. Adder. Hauler, sorry. Adder. Imperial Eagle. Viper Mark III. Cobra Mark III. Viper Mark IV. Diamondback Scout. Type 6 Transporter. DBX. Imperial Courier. Keelback. Asp Scout. Vulture. Asp Explorer. Federal Dropship. Type 7. Federal Assault Ship. Imperial Clipper. Federal Gunship. Orca. Fer-de-Lance. Python. Type 9 Heavy. Anaconda. Federal Corvette. Imperial Cutter. There you go, gone through it all. Right, I'm gonna head off now. I am now overlapping with Ed, which I didn't intend to do. So enjoy Ed's stream if you're going to go there. If not, enjoy whatever else you're doing. and I'll see you anon. Goodbye, guys.